Hi, this is Dana, and I am putting out there a message now, different from the ones before, but sort of going the same direction. Namely, I'm talking as guided about my work on YouTube and on Facebook. I have been making taking a break on putting out YouTube videos and Facebook messages of prophetic writing, because I am dealing with, of course, the copycats who are stealing my work, creating fake accounts, putting out, using my pictures and my name, putting out there my work and my ideas, or some of them are just making fake accounts and they're making a mockery of my work, or others are making fake accounts and interacting with my channel or with my audience, or interacting with me when I comment on other videos and so on. It's a whole industry, basically, of copycats stealing my work and making money out of it many times. One of the individuals who is doing this, because there are many, one of them is actually my next door neighbor, a woman who's not only stealing my work, but also she's stealing my identity. She copies my hairstyle, my dress code, my everything, trying to be me. It's a very complicated industry, which is not addressing only me. There are many individuals doing spiritual work facing copycat strategy, and God has guided me to put a video out there explaining this. First of all, that of course this copycat strategy, as I said in the previous video, is part of the essence of 3D existence, which is essentially a copycat of the 5D created with darkness. Okay, although it's very frustrating, very unjust, very unfair to steal my ideas, my work, and to put it out there, it does have a 3D logic. It is a spiritual fighting in itself. First of all, they want to hijack the message which we have to put out there as carrying God's word, and they want to distort it to create fake knowledge to make sure that nobody learns the truth. Second of all, they want to stop us, so you won't be able to claim your ranking. They want to steal your ranking, your spiritual ranking, the rewards associated with your work, which comes down in the end at money and material advantages. So they have a lot of advantages to gain. First of all, blocking you. Second of all, distorting the message. Third of all, material advantages, which means money. And status and position. More than that, they use our work, my work, to carry on spiritual attacks. So my YouTube channels and my Facebook account, they would create string. Essentially, by doing this, they would create string from those copycats to me. And these are energetic strings. They are feeding off my energy, or they're sending to me energy through those cords. They create this kind of strings from them to me, from me to my audience, from them to my audience, from my audience to me. They are mind programming, sending messages, subliminal programming on each of us. They create a numerous ways in which they use this strategy of copycat in order to actually carry on more attacks on me and my audience. They do witchcraft and all sorts of sex magic on my channels. And again, I'm not the only one facing it, but this is why God has been talking to me, and God said, you must explain to people how this works. I've been guided by God for a long time. I've been writing prophetic writings on Facebook for 40 years. And God has been showing me for a long time that this happens, that they are doing all of this on my Facebook. Then God said, do YouTube channel, because there is your voice and it's more difficult to just copy your voice, you know. And it's also a different audience out there. So I did that as well, and now they started, of course, not now, but some time ago, they started doing the same thing on YouTube as well. This is very important to understand, and God has shown me that not all people understand the spiritual fighting dimension of copycats. There are many ways in which they use this against you. This is not a funny thing, just somebody who wants to copy you. Because I've seen some of the people on some channels, you know, treating it very lightly, but it's not, because they're doing a lot of harm to me and to all those who are in my situation. So this is a strategy of spiritual fighting. So you must be aware of this. For example, I'll show, God is showing me to tell you a few things about this, how you have to look at it from your perspective of spiritual fighting. First of all, God is showing me to stop putting out messages from time to time in order to create blockages for them and to cut the cords which they created, to clean up, basically. Because otherwise they keep feeding on you, and then you, not only you get drained, but they send energy to you and do subliminal programming on you. So they get into your energy through that. So from time to time, you need to stop. This is God's message to me, at least, and that basically creates more problems for them. Second of all, what you need to do, what you need to know is that, for example, I'll give you my example. With all my work, I made a request to the Akashic Records to take all the information to a certain file of spiritual fighting, of ascension in current phase, in such a way so anybody who is actually knowledgeable in spiritual fighting and has a question to which I already found the answer through my work, so they will have access to that file. So it will help them. So essentially what happens is that my work is notified in Akashic Records in that specific file as being mine. The authority of authorship on my work, nobody can steal it. It's written in Akashic Records. They can do this in 3D because I cannot monitor all YouTube accounts to find out when one appears and so on. But in Akashic Records, there's notified that this is my work. Moreover, as I did this, Akashic Record has created a file where people with spiritual knowledge are able to access that information in its original form, not the distorted information which they put out there after they steal my work. So this way, anyone who has a question, like it doesn't matter on what continent you are, if you have a question that you're facing something and you don't know how to solve it, you can ask Akashic Records the information you need, and you'll be led to my file, which I created, and you'll receive the information. So you don't have to access my YouTube account. You see? So this way, although they make a lot of effort in blocking viewers to come to my channel, they do a lot of curses and witchcraft on my channel so nobody will come to watch. I don't care that much for this, because my main point is made in that file in Akashic Records, and anyone who has true spiritual knowledge is able to access the information and to learn that I put the information out there by accessing that file in Akashic Records. Of course, it's still unfair and it's unacceptable they do this. And I claim always justice and judgment on them and punishment on them. But my point is that they cannot stop me from deciphering the information which is meant to be deciphered by me. I still do my spiritual work and I still reach my goal by informing those who can actually use that information. Okay? So this is important. You can do this for yourself, for your spiritual work. And although it's not unblocking immediately the injustice done to you, but still you gain spiritual elevation for your work, because you have done your work and it does reach the goal which you had for that work. Okay, so other people can reach your information, the information you put out in your work through Akashic records once you do this. Okay, so those who must know that information so they can actually help the ascension will learn from that. You will still get the reward for your work. It will come in a spiritual manner. Of course, God desires for each of us to receive material advantages, rewards for our work as well, because we are in 3D. We do need money in order to achieve things, in order to actually pay for ourselves, for our style of living, and so on. And on this level, they will succeed to postpone your rewards coming true, but they will only delay them. They will not block them. Okay, and in spiritual realm, you will touch on each and every goal that God established for you to achieve through your work while you do this. So you must know this, and you must follow this. Also, of course, for my honest viewers, please know that you can reach the information and my work, even the one which I don't publish on YouTube. Though that one which is public, it is in my Akashic record file. I am working constantly 24 hours a day, even if I don't put out messages. Please know, if I don't put out messages, it means God has guided me to not to. Okay, and this is because of a spiritual fighting reason. Okay, but I do work 24 hours a day. You will find the information which I'm not publishing on YouTube or Facebook. You will find it in Akashic Records. So you only have to ask the question to Akashic Records, and you will be led to that information. Again, you can do this yourself for your own work, this will help you to actually continue your work, to achieve your purpose, even in spite of them trying to block you in 3D. And again, this will come too, because, the essence of manifestation is that once you created something in 5D, it will come into fruition in 3D sooner or later. Okay? They only create karma for themselves, first of all. Second of all, you will be rewarded at the right time, at the in proper conditions for what you achieved in 5D already, and for the contribution you bring to the spiritual fighting and to spiritual elevation and ranking. So please know this. Also, God is showing me to tell you, and I will do this soon. God recently told me not to answer to any of the comments written on my videos, because many of them are fake accounts trying to contact me in order to create strings. So I will, though, answer all the legitimate questions, no matter who asks them, but I will answer them in videos. I will not comment. I will not create direct links with them and direct dialogue with them. I will just make once in a while a video in which I answer all the comments, all the questions, and so on. And you can, my understanding is that God is guiding me to make this video and explain all of this strategy of spiritual fighting with copycats and with using your work against you. I'm explaining this in this video, as is my understanding, in order for you to do the same. If you are confronted with a copycat situation, which I believe many of us are, again, because the 3D itself, it's a copycat by darkness of the 5D. So they aim at stealing from us because they don't have creation. They don't have power of creation. They are living in darkness. They only steal from us. And they need us in order to steal our light and our work and our creation. but their goal is to nullify us as existence, either to control us, or if not, to block us and harass us and isolate us as much as possible. So, because this is the only source they have, since they are a copycat of the 5D, 3D is a copycat of 5D, you can understand that a copycat doesn't have its own resources of creation. They don't have a direct link to God because they fight against God. So this is why they steal from us. This is the explanation, so you can actually don't allow this strategy of theirs to create depressions or frustrations for you. It is unfair. You must claim justice, judgment, and punishment on them. But you have to have your own strategy to deal with it. And I believe this is the purpose why God has been guiding me to make this video and to explain, you know, the way in which God has guided me to deal with this. Okay, so I hope this is clear. I hope this will help you all to deal with their strategy of copycats. Please know that when they do copycat stealing your work, they do not limit themselves to this. As I said, a woman next door neighbor to me, she for many years, she's been stealing my identity. She's been, as I understand, she's been actually creating fake accounts with my picture, with my name on different type of sites. I asked God to guide me where, and God has guided me not to look for it, because the sites where she made fake accounts with my identity are promiscuous, and I shouldn't enter those sites. As I understand, it's under investigation in 3D even, and it will come to a direct confrontation in 3D very soon. So I will deal with that when it comes to me. But meanwhile, you must understand the seriousity and the gravity, the deep harm done by copycat strategies and by those trying to copy your work. These are not just silly people who copy you. As I said, this woman is copying me for years and years. She moved next to me for this purpose. She was planted here. She moved here in order to do this. So she is paid a salary from a public institution in order to do this, to copy everything I do, to block me, to always harass me and create scandals and crazy stuff like this. I actually reported some of the stuff she has done against me a year ago to the police in 3D official report and complaint I made while she was involved in killing some street dogs and throwing them into my courtyard. So I'm also waiting for that to come to fruition in 3D. So as I said, you must find your own strategies. Some of them imply spiritual fighting. Some of them imply 3D real life measures that you must take in order to fight against them, because this is serious. This is serious. It's not just copying your work, and it's not just blocking you from receiving resources and rewards associated to your work. It's much more of a spiritual fighting instrument which they use against you and against your audience. So you must understand this is very important. Also, because they claim rights over that type of information which you put out there, and they distort it in order to mislead other people. So this is really important. I hope this helps everyone. I hope I will get to make videos again soon, because I love doing that. I love putting out God's word. God has guided me that my relocation will happen soon. And God has guided me that as soon as I relocate, I will be able to actually do different videos where I can actually interact directly with you in real life transmissions, and I will be able to also show my face and maybe see some of you, so we can actually maybe create in virtual community, 5D community, so we can actually come together as people who work to carry on God's word and work, at least in a virtual format, if not in material existence yet. Okay, so as always, thank you for being on my channel. I hope to see you soon and to hear from you. Thank you.